Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea with Publicity. This is a big day because not only is it the 50th episode, I have relaunched with a new logo, and it's my birthday. I mean, it's just like so much in one day. I feel like my birthday is last on the list of things that I'm excited about because it's also the new year. It's my first episode back in studio after having COVID, after being off. Like, it's just a lot is going on, and I have a list of things I want to talk you guys through. If you're new here, welcome to the Tea Tribe, and I'm so excited to have you. And I feel like nervous. I'm putting so much pressure on the new year, which is not like, it's just like any other day. I felt like coming to work today was like the first day of school. I was like, what am I going to wear? Who am I going to make friends with? I don't know why I'm acting like this, but for me, the new year, I think because it coincides with my birthday, it's actually a fresh start for me because it's like two things at once. I'm a new age and a new year, literally and figuratively. So for me, it's like such a fresh start. So I'm going to have some of my coworkers on today. I have no plan who's in the office. We're just going to grab people, ask them 3 simple questions. Do you believe in manifesting? Do you believe in setting resolutions? And if so, what are your resolutions? So we'll ask people, see what they have to say, men, women, whoever we can get our hands on. And if you don't have any resolutions or if you're feeling stressed, maybe hearing all these different perspectives will help you either add ideas to your list or be like, you know what, maybe it's not for me at all. Maybe I don't want to do resolutions. If you guys know, I mean, everyone that listens to the podcast, I assume follows me either on TikTok or Instagram, most likely. So you've seen that I did create a vision board, as I discussed last week on my episode with Jill. I did make my 2022 vision board, and it is full of so much goodness. And I'm thinking of having Jill back on for a part 2 where we kind of dive into what we put on our vision board. But I definitely got super clear on things that I've never gotten clear on. Like, instead of manifesting instead of manifesting love, I manifested the qualities I want in a man. So it's like someone that's like well-mannered, someone that's respectful, someone that puts me first. And like, I found all words and images and things to coincide with that. And then obviously I put stuff for work, and I put stuff like meditate and working on myself and finding food freedom and all of these things. And I could do a deeper dive. Excuse me if I cough a little bit. I'm still recovering COVID over here. I'm fine, but I have like a tickle that just kind of like sneaks up on me sometimes. But what you could expect in the new year from the pod. So I think I want to bring Sunday Scandies to the pod because they are so wild. So maybe we'll start incorporating some Sunday Scaries into the Ask Alyssa segment, or kind of merge it, whatever you guys think, where we could do a little recap of the crazy shit that people write in each Sunday on my Instagram stories. I'm also thinking about doing a Tame Tuesdays thing on my Instagram stories where we kind of like balance the wildness. I want like the world's most vanilla people to write in and be like, I've never done doggy style. You know, like the tamest shit you can imagine is what I'm looking for on Tame Tuesdays. So I think that could be really funny to kind of balance all of this scariness that comes in on Sunday Scandies, because it gets really wild and it makes everyone question their partner and they just feel completely like the world is a bad place. So let's balance it by doing a little good. And like, maybe you're tame and maybe you've been with your partner for 30 years and you lost your virginity to each other, and that's where your story ends. So you'd be the perfect candidate to write in for Tame Tuesdays. Tuesdays are also the days where my episodes come out, as you guys know. And then I do have a new series on Wednesday on Instagram called Tea Time, where I sit down with coworkers and I make them spill the tea. Basically, I keep my composure and I ask them really absurd questions in a classy environment to make them feel uncomfortable and get them to spill the tea. And then on Thursdays on my stories, I do weekly Q&As. And I'll be doing a weekly Hibly, which is a hate it but love it. If you are new here, Hibly stands for hate it but love it. It's when you hate something so much that you kind of like it. Kind of like this blazer I'm wearing today. I actually think this blazer is the ultimate Hibly. It's so ugly. Like, it's really ugly. but it's cute. Like when I got it in the mail, I was like, I hate this, but I know people are going to comment on it. Sure enough, everyone in the office is like, oh, I love your blazer. And I'm like, because it's an eyesore, you know? It's a Hibley.
I like it.
You like it?
Yes.
But it's kind of ugly, you know?
It's because it's like the multicolor.
Yes.
So like you don't expect it.
And it's like primary colors.
Yeah, but I think it's cute.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a Hibley, and that's like the exact definition. Like I feel like I'm a walking exact definition of what Hibley is. So anyway, let's get into the episode. That's kind of what you could expect from me. Basically, I'm pumping out content Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on top of my weekly episodes. So I think Tea with Publicity on Instagram and then also just Publicity on Instagram and TikTok are the places to go for that content, because aside from the pod, I'm really just trying to grow video. And if you guys want to watch the pod on YouTube, that's great too. Whatever it is, I think we'll dive into more topics this year. I'm going to have my coworker Jersey Jerry on to talk about foot fetishes, because we get a lot of foot fetish submissions during Sunday Scandies. And I think we're all confused. Like, why do men like feet? Why do men pay for women's pedicures just because they like their feet? And Jersey Jerry is a foot guy. He does this thing called Feet in the Streets, which he's trying to bring to Barstool, and he loves feet. So we're going to pick his brain. I'm obviously going to have reality stars on, but I also want to have more experts on this year. So I would love to have someone on that's a expert on manifesting. We had someone that did financial advice at the end of last year, but I'd love to do a part 2 or something else like that. Just different kind of experts that could just help us be like well-rounded, badass bitches. And I mean that in the most endearing way ever, by the way. Okay, guys, let's get into the interviews with my coworkers, and let's see what kind of weird shit they have planned for this coming year. Pat, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, T.
Welcome. Is this your first time on the pod?
No, I've been on here before, right?
I think we've just recorded
together.
We
half-assed the show.
That didn't.
Together, like a couple months ago.
You know why?
Because
you went on Barstool vs. America. That's why. And then it paused it, and then
I won. I stabbed everyone in the back, and I won the whole thing. But I'm happy to be here on Tea with Publicity. I'm a big fan. I was at your live show. It was a blast. Me and Joey Camasta went. Very, very fun.
Spreading rumors about me.
Spreading rumors about you. It's not a rumor. Just admit that you slept with Little Sass. Should I explain what happened?
Yes, because my audience does not know Barstool drama.
So I have a podcast called Out and About. On the podcast, we had explained. You
She
love it
knows.
so much.
That
You
was
love
the
it.
Funniest clip
How good was
I've
that
ever
clip? Well, there's
seen in
shit
my
like
life.
that. I'll get to it in a second.
But Joey, this is his second time spreading a rumor about me.
Long story short is on the podcast, we have a running joke that Sass is a homophobe. Everyone at the office started getting COVID. You got COVID. We said that the reason you got COVID is because Sass went down on you.
Guys, Sass is 19.
You didn't change. You would hook up with a 19-year-old
I'm
if
turning
they were hot enough.
31 tomorrow.
Would you hook up with a 19-year-old if they were hot enough? If they were mature, like a mature 19-year-old.
I really don't think so. No.
Okay, well, good to know. Well, I mean, I don't know if that
I
actually...
think he's 20. I think he's 20.
20.
Except, I mean...
You've done it. You're like, he's 20, it's fine.
Wait, or do I just pretend I did with Sass, you know?
No, but that clip... So Gaz had cut something from... Or Stooley's Clubhouse cut something from my show being like, Sass is, this homophobe, and he went down on Alyssa, and Alyssa didn't change her panties.
And this is why I got COVID from Sass.
It has like 150,000 views, but the thing that's so funny about it is... I always will say things on the podcast and I'm like, oh, what do I put out for promo? But there are so many insane clips like that Stooley Clubhouse has just been tweeting out
that
about
kid
our
rocks.
show.
Yeah.
So have you had any blowback from that at all?
I have my Twitter notifications off, so I don't know if people tweet me.
Well, yeah, there were a lot of them.
Towards me.
So just to clear it up, you and Sass did not, you would not. If he pursued you. I just want to make sure, set the record straight here. This is a Tea exclusive because we're going to do this on our show.
Sass and I have never spoken more than 5 words.
Well, he doesn't like to look at me, but.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Well, we all know the reason why. Okay.
No,
Sass
does. He's 19. It feels illegal to even look in his direction.
He's got a decent body, though.
But I think it's funny.
It's like a tight, it's like a 19-year-old body. It's like a six-pack not from working out. It's one where the skin hasn't stretched yet.
He's
you know what I'm talking about.
Classic,
no, because I genuinely
skinny.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I feel like he should be wearing a backpack.
He would be rolly. He would for sure be rolly backpack. No Jan
The fact
Sport.
that I'm older than him just makes
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That
you would
just
be
makes no sense.
You would be jailbaiting him.
Yeah.
And you also got your mans.
Yes.
You got the I Love Brandon man. And you're back in the back pocket.
No.
Shout
okay.
out. We're not going to say it. We're not going to out her on this.
Let me reel this in for a second. So first of all, me and Sass have never spoken, and I kind of thought it was funny to keep perpetuating the rumor.
You should have perpetuated it. You tweeted out. What did you tweet out and then delete, you coward?
Someone was like, I was handing out cookies today that my mom made, and someone did Sass, like, did you give Sass a cookie? And
Does
I
the
said,
sluttiest tweet in
and
the
I
world
wrote
in
back,
response?
yes, he loves my cookie.
I was like, do it, obviously.
And then I deleted it because I got scared. No, because part of me is like, Sass is going to be like, Alyssa, stop perpetuating this when, like, we've never spoken.
Who cares? No, he loves my cookie. You're like Little Kim. That's like a very like Little Kim,
Like so dirty.
90s dirty. Yeah. You should have, though. I would love to see you two together. I think out of anyone in the office, Tea with Publicity and Sass would be my dream couple.
That would be like
Or you.
showstopper.
No offense
Oh my
to
God,
Sass.
a showstopper.
Yeah.
Or like you and like, who's another guy in the office who'd be like really strange for you to get with? Owen.
Okay, so you
Owen,
like us
you
together
and
because
Owen?
it's strange.
Yeah, you and Owen maybe? That like whole like grungy like Gen
I was
Z.
thinking like Feidelberg.
Feidelberg. No, but I could kind of see like both like very like care about their appearance, what they wear.
Feidelberg cares about his appearance.
Feidelberg is like a fashion fucking
Yeah, but he
guy.
wears like
True.
corduroys and flannel.
But that's a look. That's like streetwear look.
Listen,
I mean, you've got bungee cords on yours. I just say it. I'm just kidding. When I first saw the jacket today, I was like, "What is that?" And then it came up. I was like, "Where'd you get it?"
I can't give away my secrets.
Okay,
No, I'm kidding.
all
It's
right.
literally Fashion Nova, which I've never shopped at until this.
I like it very much. It's
Thank
very
you.
unique. Is Fashion Nova? Do
It's-
they do a lot of
it's-
influencer
it's-
brands?
they're fucking hideous,
It's BBL
isn't it?
fashion.
What is it?
BBL fashion.
For
What's
big
BBL?
butts,
It's for women with small waist and huge asses.
titties.
That's
and
what
butts.
Fashion Nova is.
Yeah.
But isn't this hideous? I think
I mean,
it's hideous.
that is a wild jacket
It's
to wear.
disgusting.
Did you even flip around yet to
No,
see
but
the back?
do you know people love
I thought it was
it?
bungee cords. I was like, oh, she's stringing up a bicycle. And I
Everyone-
can't say anything, by the way, because I look like a dickhead all
No,
the time.
I walked in and Spider was like, "You look great," and then like
Yeah.
someone else was like, "That outfit's sick," and I was like, "Yeah, because it's you have to comment on it because it's so ugly."
Yeah, well,
you
it's
know?
a conversation. You're always very well put together. And I did notice after you mentioned, so I guess it doesn't count as noticing, the hair.
Mm-hmm.
You took out the extensions.
No, I just had long hair.
You just had long hair?
Yeah, cut
God
it.
damn. Well, looks
Sometimes
great.
I would wear them.
Looks very nice.
All right, so I'm going on your podcast tomorrow or Wednesday to discuss manifesting and vision boards and all of that.
Yes.
So we have 3 very important questions for you today.
Okay.
1, do you believe in manifesting?
I have never really sat down and thought about whether or not I believe in manifesting. Like manifesting in terms of just if you think it will come true.
Kind of. Like you put it out there and you're just like, I want a black Range Rover. And then 10 years from now, you have a black Range Rover and you're like, I've been thinking about this my whole life. I manifested this.
I'm very much into like a goal without a plan is a hope. So if that is in
Wait, a
terms
goal without a plan.
is a hope.
So like a dream, kind of.
Correct. But it's like you have to, in order to accomplish your dreams, you have to have a plan. So a goal without a plan is just a hope.
Oh, I see. A goal
So
without a plan.
manifesting to me feels a little bit like a hope because it's so vague. It's like you can manifest something, but if you have no actionable plan to get to how you're going to get to your destination,
see.
then is it just a dream? I'd have to think
It
about it more.
depends.
I honestly don't have an answer.
Okay,
That's
so
probably not good for your promo.
No, it's probably not good for your vision board tomorrow
Yes,
or whenever.
I know,
We
I
need to.
know.
The whole point of a vision board is to visualize what you want
Okay.
your life to amount to.
Do you get stuff from magazines for your vision? Where do
I
you even
bought
buy a
I bought like
magazine?
$60 worth of magazines. It was insane.
Where?
Go to Dwayne Reed.
Okay, I'm gonna buy
And
a
you
ton.
you cut the stuff out for you. Buy different. Like you have to buy home magazines, fitness magazines.
I want to print stuff
sex,
out
like-
too. Like I want to print
Yeah.
out like a picture of like Dave for Joey because he's like manifesting his. I'm giving it away. His meeting with Uncle D. Like we're gonna
Yes,
have a
exactly.
lot of stuff.
Like
going
last
on.
year, I was in contracting with Barstool when I made mine,
Yeah.
and I literally put on it not realizing Tea Time, and now I have a whole new series called Tea Time.
Amazing.
So my point is, like, I didn't know then what Tea Time was.
So manifesting worked for you.
Yeah, it always works.
It always worked. You're giving a guarantee.
But
Miss Cleo alert.
But I think that some people use it way too buzzy. Like some
Yes.
people get a coffee and they're like, I manifested this coffee this morning. I'm like, no, bitch, you walked to Starbucks.
Right. Well,
Like-
I'm gonna do my vision board on my show. I think it'll come out maybe Friday. We're doing Wednesday for
Yeah.
our recording, and then a year from when it comes out, we'll sit down.
Okay, I'll bring mine in.
It's like spaceship and like the crazy.
I'll bring my board
Yes,
in.
do it. You have to judge it. We'll get to it, but it's gonna be great.
Okay. So do you believe in setting resolutions?
Yes.
What are some of your resolutions this year?
My resolutions are like short-term resolutions. I think sober
Just for the
January is a
year.
good way to start off. I
Oh.
think for me it's all health related, because if I take care of myself physically, then my mental health improves a lot.
But how do you make sure that if you're just taking care of yourself in January, how do you make sure that spans the year?
Well, I start it with sober January. That doesn't last, but that like kicks me off on the right foot.
Yes.
So if I can get off to a good start with like the gym and eating right in January, then that will carry through, and then I ease like back into like
so
my
you're
regular
one of those
lifestyle.
people we're gonna see at like LA Fitness, like the whole month of
Yes.
January, and then come February.
No, I'll stick to working out all year. That's one thing that I'm good at. Like
Okay,
the
that's
pandemic
good.
fucked me up for working out because I was like at home. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to go to like a Planet Fitness. Not that there's anything wrong with
No,
that.
I get it.
But I think for me, it's very like, it sounds strange to say, but so much of my mental health is connected to my physical health. If I lay around all day and I eat like
You feel
shit,
like shit.
I'll be in my own head. Like I'll be anxious. I'll be thinking about things. I'll be like playing out like conversations in my head that haven't even happened. Like a fucking
Yes.
crazy person. Like, and I'll be like living in my own world. But if like I go to the gym and I like really commit and push myself like physically, this sounds like the douchiest thing in the world. but
No, it's true.
Like if I push myself harder than I think I can at the gym and like give honest effort in that, then other things start to fall into place and it feels good.
Well, because it's just like science, endorphins. You feel good. You everything.
Exactly.
And like especially for an anxious person, when you're like when right now when I had COVID, so I isolated for 10 days and then we had
Right.
off. I was so bored. I was more in my head than ever
Oh, yeah.
before. I was analyzing everything because I had nothing to do.
it felt like we were off for too long, too.
It was too.
Yeah.
I like to travel actually between Christmas and New Year's for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that time off, no podcasts come out.
Right.
There's no new shows because everything comes out in the new year. There's nothing to even like do.
You either sit around or you go out. And then
Yeah.
if you're with your parents, you can't really go out because there's that underlying guilt of,
Yes.
well, what if I catch corona and then I give it to that? Like I was skiing and like I'm partying it up and then I post on Instagram and I'm like, oh, fuck, my mom saw this. She's
Exactly.
and then I'm going to
Now
go
they're gonna be
home and
scared.
Now they're going to be scared. So, yeah, I completely agree with you.
Okay, so we will make vision boards on your podcast
Okay.
and we will check in a year.
Okay,
And
good.
see what's happened.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks for coming on, Pat.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, Tommy, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I have a few questions today that I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
So I'm curious, do you believe in manifesting?
Explain to me a little bit more what
I love when
manifesting
none of the
is.
guys know what it is. So manifesting basically is like believe. Actually, you know what? Let's get a real definition.
Merriam-Webster.
Manifesting. Okay. Essentially, manifesting is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and belief. Example, if you think it, it will come. So for example, the example I gave Pat was like, say you want your own comedy special one day and you're like, I believe I'm going to have this comedy special. And you feel it in your whole body. You're like, I'm going to have this one day. I'm going to have it. And then like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you get a comedy special. You're like, oh, I manifested that.
I'd say I have a rather complex answer to that.
Okay,
I would
let's
say
hear
that just that belief alone won't do shit. That's not going to do anything if you don't act on it. But
That's
I think,
what Pat said. It's unbelievable.
But
Okay.
if you have that belief and then you try to make it happen, then
Yeah.
I think I think to like sophomore year of college, I used to watch the Barstool Rundown every night, and I just was like, I want to be on that one day. Like I want to work for this company. And then 2 years later, like I did, but that's not just because I sat there with my like thumb in my hands.
I agree.
Like I applied to be an intern. I wrote stuff. Like I did stuff that I knew would help. So I think that it helps to have like a goal in mind.
Yeah.
And then if you work towards it, you can make it happen. But just sitting there in a dark room and being like, oh, I'm going to get that comedy special.
Yes.
That's not going to happen.
I 100% agree, actually, because I'm the same way. Like, if I want a job, I'm going to get it because I'm going to work to get it.
Right.
So it's like putting that belief out there, but then working towards it, not just being like, oh, I'm going to be rich one day and just like hoping you win the lottery.
Well, I actually did just buy 5 lottery tickets. It's funny you say that.
My dad told me, he's like,
I think I'll probably win, statistically speaking. Once you have 5, I think.
should I go buy some?
Yeah.
Why 5?
Oh, it's just enough for I think the odds are in my favor.
Okay, we're going to manifest this.
Yeah, I'm manifesting this.
Okay, do you believe in setting resolutions at the beginning of a year?
Kind of. I'm not like crazy about it, but I think that people love to like maybe too much shit on resolutions. I'm in the middle. Some people, it's like, I think to me, it's just be a better version of yourself. That's the resolution. You could write. I wrote down a list of different things I want to do, but I don't know if they're New Year's resolutions or just
Like life goals.
Yeah, basically.
That's kind of how I feel too. Like I feel like my resolutions are more goal oriented. It's like do this year because it's like a tangible goal that I could do in the calendar year for work, let's say,
right,
or personal or whatever it is, or it's like a life goal, like you said.
Yeah, like I wrote down like keep apartment cleaner. I don't know if that's like a specific resolution, but that's just something to like remind myself. And I do have a cleaning man and woman coming on Tuesday, so I'm already checking off resolutions from the list.
Honestly, I should add that to my list.
Yeah, I should add not clean it myself. Pay other people to clean my apartment more often.
Make enough money to pay for more frequent
it's
cleaners.
It's like $100 for 3 of us.
I know, it's a lot.
No, it's nothing.
Oh, for 3 of you. I live alone, so it's $100 for
yeah.
me alone.
No, for me it's like $30-$40 for
that's
cleaning.
good.
That's nothing.
So there was something during the holiday break that I did tune into and I was a very active participant in, and it was the shave.
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't?
Tommy decided to be very manly and grow like a little like mustache goatee situation.
A beard.
A beard.
Yeah.
Full beard.
Believes the word for it. Yeah.
And it was 3 hairs on his chin. And he put an Instagram live.
It was a little more than that, but
He did a whole Instagram live to shave off the beard. I'm tuned in. I'm like, I'm ready. You cut yourself twice. It was a bloodbath.
Well, I cut myself in the one spot I always cut myself in this high cheek region. I don't know why,
Too
but
soft.
I get
it's soft skin.
and I get just the only hairs I get up here, they're just stray hairs. So people are like, why you shave up there? Well, there's stray hairs up there. I have to shave, and I guess it's a sensitive area. And then the mustache region, because it was a thickest mustache I've ever grown. So I was pressing down harder because I was like, well, more hair. I guess I have to
more force.
Right, which is not the case apparently. So I did that way too much force, and that was a concerning amount of blood.
It was like for such a small amount of hair, it was so much blood. I was like, what is happening?
I didn't think it was possible. I thought it was going to be like a 3-minute stream of shaving, and then it turned into, I mean, everybody listening knows about the shave, obviously. Like it turned into a worldwide phenomenon.
It was probably the best way to end the year.
Yeah.
Do you have any resolutions for getting any more spray tans or growing your beard back this year?
I have I think a free spray tan from the one I got for the Surviving Barstool finale.
Yeah, Tommy came into work one day with a spray tan, and he was just a completely different shade. Like
there was growing concern that I was going to get canceled for blackface.
Yeah,
That's how
I was like,
dark it
Tommy,
was.
this is inappropriate. Like, please.
Spray tans are always such a hit or miss. Like they either look great.
He went
or
the dark.
I mean, I did ask.
Would you get dark or?
I went in there because we had the Surviving Barstool finale, and I knew I wanted to look different. Like I was wearing a suit, and I went into the place and I told the girl, I was like, I've never had one of these before. I was like,
I'm surprised she let you go that dark.
Well, I said, I was like, Ross
He's
from
also
Friends.
Pasty man.
I was like, I don't want to be exactly. I'm not that pasty. I was like, I don't want to be exactly. In the summer, I get a nice tan. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to be exactly Ross from Friends, but I want to be pretty damn close to it. That was like
You were.
enough for people to realize it was a joke, but it went a little too far.
It was like, you know how like spray tans develop as the day goes on? He was getting tanner as like the day went on.
Funny.
So by the premiere, the finale, he was like a different color. We were like, Tommy, this is inappropriate.
I changed races.
Yeah, it was like bad. Okay, so do you have any plans to bring the beard back this year, or?
Probably not. I mean, there was I was so scarred from #the shave that I thought maybe I will just never shave again because I'm going to keep cutting myself. But I shaved before I went out on New Year's Eve because it grows back fast now. That's the thing. The more you shave, it comes back with a vengeance.
No scabs. It's
no
good.
scabs. I was clear now. I was much softer. My parents got me razors for Christmas, which I thought was kind of funny and concerning, a little mean. So no, it probably want to come back to like November again. Maybe it'll be a yearly
November.
tradition. Yeah. No shave November.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, we are here with Glenny Balls. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to Tea with Publicity.
Very excited to be here.
So my audience should be familiar with you by now, I feel.
Yeah, we teach. We did the tea.
Well, yeah, we spill tea.
We spilled the tea. I enjoyed that. That was great.
People know a little too much about you, I would like to say.
Just a little lederhosen. No one cares. It's
We're
okay.
just scratching
People
the surface.
like lederhosens, dude. Yeah, you're just scratching the epitome of the surface.
So I have a question for you about New Year's resolutions, manifesting, all of that. First of all, do you know what manifesting is?
Yeah, it's when you just say something and then it's going to happen, right?
Wow, okay. And do you believe in it?
I do say manifesting all the time, like as a joke. I'll
Yeah.
shoot you straight. I do say I'm going to manifest shit all the time, jokingly. But do I believe in it? No, not really. I think it kind of sounds stupid, right?
It depends how you look at it.
If I say I'm going to manifest Margot Robbie in this room right now, it's not going to happen. You know?
It has to be realistic, I feel. Like we were saying, me, Pat, and Tommy all agreed that if you manifest and then work towards the goal, that's one thing. You can't just think it and do nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I agree. You got. I guess it's got. I could
It's
see
like
realistic
goal-setting.
manifestation.
Yes.
That's gonna be my new philosophy. Realistic manifestation. Two very
Trademark
big
it.
words for me.
Okay, so do you believe in setting New Year's resolutions? Like at the start of the year, are you like, okay, clean slate, time to start resolutions? Or are you kind of just like, it's another day?
Goes a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, being a larger gentleman, we our us larger guys. I tweeted it today. Shout out to all my fellow fats going to a
I
salad.
was dying at that tweet.
Going to a salad place today. So obviously every year we're going to try to do some salads, maybe lose some weight. Who knows? But outside of that, no. I mean, I'm still feel the same as I did 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So same person. Just
So-
I guess because like all football season, you're just sitting there and you're like, I got to stream every weekend. We're eating wings, pizza. Like, you know what? New Year's, I'll eat healthy. So we're going to try to do that. Probably we'll fail, but we're going to try that. Outside of that, no.
So you don't write down goals or
No.
you act like that's the most absurd question anyone's ever asked.
I think for people that know me, it's crazy. I'm just going with the flow here.
You kind of just strike me as the type of guy that just like flies by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
Is that the saying?
I'm just going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. You know, if I get hit by a bus today, it happens. If I don't, it doesn't.
That's awful. Are you scared of death?
Yeah.
Me too,
I
petrified.
think that's a fair thing to be scared of. Yeah.
No, some people just really are like, when it's my time, it's my time.
No, I agree. I've been having a lot of like anxiety though when I'm traveling on like public
Planes?
transportation. Not even planes, like public transportation.
Like trains freak me out.
I feel like I was watching Hawkeye a few weeks ago,
Mm.
and Hawkeye was saying everybody he enters in a room, or even Sopranos, like Tony. In the final scene of Sopranos, Tony looks at every single person that walks in the room just to like check them out and make sure they're safe. That's what I do now in the Long Railroad.
Like you really just like you
Make sure
profile
everyone looks okay.
I do that on the subway.
Yeah.
I am.
Which
You
is
would
fair.
think I'm wearing night vision goggles on the subway. I am checking every single person out, making sure there's no knives.
Exactly.
No,
Even I always get on my train, and I always try to get on the front of the train so there's more seats so I can relax and space out. But now with COVID and shit, not a lot of people are on the train. It's just me and another guy.
Yes.
And it's very awkward. I got to keep my eye on him.
Yes.
It freaks me out. So I'm scared of that shit. But outside of that, no. Whatever.
So you have a clothing line at Barstool called Balls Beachwear.
Yes, ma'am.
What about any plans for that this upcoming year?
No.
Glenny, you really have nothing planned.
I have nothing planned. No.
And what do you do here exactly? Because no one quite
It's a weird
knows.
question. I mean, I do a lot of shit, I guess. I mean, I do Sunday conversations. I have my Balls Beachwear. I have a burger review series, Barstool Sportsbook stuff, blog.
You do a lot.
I don't have a specific title.
Whenever there's like a football game, Glenny's there, or like a game of sorts. Or like
Yeah,
a Hooters.
I enjoy a good game. I enjoy a good stream, a good game. I've been known to do that, but yeah, I mean, basically, I would say mostly Sunday. Actually, you know what? I wrote a list of what I do.
Okay, let's see.
I think I have this.
So
on
he
my
is the
phone.
list guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the big list guy.
Oh, but
I have
just no
lists-
goals.
I have lists for everything.
Oh,
except
so you
goals.
do have lists.
I have lists for like my favorite movies,
Oh,
shows,
like restaurants,
YouTube videos. I do best restaurants / foods I've tried. That I
Wow.
like.
Wait, you
I
should.
want to start doing that,
do
writing
a-
down
I
all
do
the
this.
restaurants.
Anytime I just have a place that I enjoy something that I'll
Yeah.
write down what I have
Yeah.
there.
I
Just
have an
show-
idea for you since you have no
Let's hear it.
goals. You should do a series called Glenny's Lists.
I would love that. That's actually a good idea.
And you share like top 5 burger places, top 5 taco places, top 5 movies, whatever it is.
Yeah, I actually think that's a good idea because I do love a good list. I'm a sucker for a list. Always favorite movie, like I said, favorite
You could
movies,
blog it,
TV
too.
shows. I could blog it. I mean, I guess goals. I would like to grow my TikTok. I'm
Okay.
not good at TikTok. I got to get better at TikTok. And I've been filming shit for a vlog all fall on my travel, so I got to release that.
Okay, I was going to say fall's over. Fall's coming
I've
up.
been traveling so much to do Sunday conversations, so
I
I
see.
film like that stuff.
Yeah, no, vlogging's
So I got to
good.
throw that out there.
All right.
I've had like 5 of them edited so far. I got to do more of that. Those are my goals.
I love it.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
2 goals for you.
Thanks for coming on.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's my favorite podcast in the world.
Okay, guys, we've got Frankie here. Welcome. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
We is it Happy New Year or Happy
I was
New
about
Year's?
to say that. Some people say Happy New Year's. Some
Yeah.
people say Happy New Year.
I guess
think
it's
it's-
New Year.
It's New Year.
It is
and
New
I don't
Year.
get why people always pluralize years.
I don't
year.
because it's New Year's Day, so it's like Happy New Year's. Get it?
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
day that happens every year, so you
Yeah.
want to pluralize it. Like
It's
but we don't
weird.
say Christmases.
Yeah, that's true. Merry
You know,
Christmases.
Halloween and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna say New Year from here on
Yeah.
out. Frankie, welcome. So you have a lot going on this year, but I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, you know I'm big into manifesting
Yes.
and self-care. Do you believe in manifesting? Do you even know what manifesting is?
I don't. I have a broken brain, so I don't know anything. But what I would say manifesting is like putting your goals ahead of you, right? Like you have goals for the years and aspirations, and you try and meet them.
You like speak it into existence.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, I will own my own golf course one
Okay.
day. And then like 10 years from now you have a golf course.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I manifested this.
Right.
Do you believe that?
I like the idea of speaking it into existence. I just think I'd drive myself crazy until it happened, and then if it never happened, I'd like feel like I wasted my time thinking about it.
So
I'm more of like live and whatever happens happens. So I'm probably the opposite of manifest.
So I'm more like, if I say it and put it out there, now I have to do it because so for example, I want to write a book one day.
Okay.
So I talk about it. I'm like, oh yeah, when I write my book, because
As
then
if
I'll
it's
write
like
my,
as if it's a no doubt about it happening.
yeah, like 100% I'm writing a book.
I like that.
Because I'm going to write a book and
Right.
now everyone knows, so I can't let them down.
Right.
So like, I'll write a book one day.
Only problem is you've now set yourself up to let people down, as opposed to not even
No,
saying
because-
anything and then no one would care.
But I felt like if I, yeah, I get what you're saying. No one would expect it. No, but I'll do it because now I put it out there. Is
But
how
I hope
I feel.
you do it.
No, I'll do it though.
See, like I'm always expecting failure. That's my part.
So
It's
you're a
like-
pessimist.
Yes, I am. I just have no self-confidence.
But maybe if you manifested, you would have more confidence.
That'd be quite the switch, I guess, for me. But yeah, maybe I should try it.
Okay, so you've achieved a lot of goals this year, past year.
Yeah.
So do you believe in setting resolutions or like even setting goals for the year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely goals, but I'd say that I'm not so great at constantly thinking about it. In the beginning of the year, I think I do what
Yeah.
everyone does with New Year's resolutions, where it's like, all right, like I want to get, a lot of it's with work, right? Where it's like, I want to get to this point in my career. I want to have this many whatever, this many views. We want to do this many video series. And you think about that going in, which I think sets you off for a good year, but then I definitely lose track of it as the year goes on.
But then in hindsight, do you accomplish it in that year?
Yeah, luckily, like
Usually.
usually things do go well with that, where it's like, all right, let's like keep it going. Like the work ethic has to stay up, but I'm never thinking like what I probably should do is like write it out and be like, where
Yeah.
am I? I saw someone, like a family friend the other day, put up on Instagram that she wrote a note to herself last year and then opened it up on December 31st. And
I
like,
saw someone on
it was
TikTok
like
do
all
this.
the things that she did and like didn't do. It's like, and she was like crying like while reading it because it's like your past self talking
Yeah.
to yourself and like all the things you did. But that would be pretty cool to see. Like, all right, did I actually do it?
Yeah, so I think you should write them down in a notepad on your phone.
Yeah.
I have like work goals, personal goals, but I mainly write down my work ones just because like you said, it's more like work is more measured by metrics, whereas life goals aren't as much.
Right.
Like work is very, if I reach this number or this date, and I write them down and like I always achieve it because like you said, even just thinking about it, you're still like putting that out there kind
Yeah.
of that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit you do it.
So you're very big on like not like you let everyone know everything so that you can't fail because then it's embarrassing.
I let everyone know everything because I believe that once you put it out there, then you're going to do it or have to do it.
But the idea of being
There's certain
embarrassed-
things that I've never put out there because I don't want people to know because I'm strategic with like when I want to release things or do things.
But but you have to admit that some of the stuff that drives that is that you don't want to fail in front of people, right?
Oh,
Like
yes, I have a big
so
problem
that's
with
like-
failing.
right. So that's like your main motivator is like
Yeah.
putting it out there and then not embarrassing yourself.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, my therapist really digs it.
I know. I've kind of turned this onto
no,
you. Right
honest.
now.
No,
Sorry.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's because people are scared of failure.
Right. Which
So
I think
you are, so you don't talk about it. I am, so I'm like, I got to prove myself.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I don't say what I want to do, no one's gonna know what I wanted to do in the first place.
No one's going to point fingers.
Yeah, that's two totally opposite ways
That's
of looking at it.
totally opposite.
I would assume that yours is probably more healthy.
Well, it's not super healthy because then you dig on yourself. Like, then I'm like, I'm setting the bar so high
Yeah.
that then, like, you're almost motivating yourself out of fear,
Right.
which is good and bad.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of resolutions for this year, are there anything that you're like, I must do this year?
For me personally, I don't know. People have seen pictures of me on the internet, but I got kind of crazy with the face. My face started blowing up and my neck started gaining. Well, it's just that, people like to make fun of how much face weight I made.
This
The problem
is
is that,
ridiculous.
so here's the thing. I've been on the internet now for like 6 or 7 years,
Yeah.
and I was like a skinny baby
Like a
when I
child,
started,
yeah.
and now everyone's like, wait a minute, he has like no like chin anymore. It's like, well, yeah, it's like stress and like eating prosciutto every single day has caught up to me. My main resolution is to just, and I think this is such a dumb one because everyone does this
Yeah.
on January 1st, is just to get healthier, not like fit or like jacked
Yeah.
or whatever.
You
I
wanna
need to
feel
stop
healthy.
when we're in the city, I'm eating like the worst fast food every
Yeah.
single day. I'm eating
got that.
sweets, ice cream, candy at the pharmacy. Like I'm constantly just like, let me just substitute one of those bad things that I'm doing for a really healthy meal each day. Like that's a goal.
Why
that
don't
I
you
think
like
I
pack
can.
snacks?
Well, that's what I'm gonna start doing.
like nuts and
The
trail
office
mix.
doesn't help.
No, it doesn't.
Because
I don't
there's
eat any of
bagels
this
on
shit.
Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah.
And all of the snacks are so good, but
I went to
they're
the
so bad
I went
for
to
you.
the snack thing today like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
that sounds
if you just
good.
want to like get up from
Popcorn.
like work for a second, like you're like, all right, I'll just go get a snack, and the snack is Doritos
Yeah.
or a cookie or something, and you're like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
And then you're like, oh, let me go out and get food, and then it's like Chipotle, Five Guys.
Yeah.
It's nonstop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
like I just had Chick-fil-A on Uber Eats. Like it's so easy.
I did it last year where like for like a week I really thought about, let me just substitute one meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, for something that I normally wouldn't have gotten and that will make me feel mentally and physically healthier. And I'm going to try and do that
with
all
your
year.
acai bowl, acai, however you say it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
acai,
switched out
yeah.
acai.
Acai,
People say it a
yeah.
million different ways.
I think that's the
People
incorrect
switched.
way.
He
Acai,
switched
yeah.
out like a breakfast sandwich for an acai bowl, and then we were all having the argument that those have tons of sugar in them.
Oh,
then-
do they?
Oh yeah, apparently
Yes,
that's like
tons.
the fakest healthy food ever. But my argument
that's
is
so
if I'm
disappointing.
if I'm eating bagels with cream cheese,
Yeah, it
this
has
has
to
to
be,
be
yeah,
better.
it
I don't
has to
care
be.
how much sugar
just-
is in it.
good debate, good
we
debate.
had a huge debate.
Well,
there,
it's
but-
something that small, like switch out the piece of toast for a hard-boiled egg or something.
Yeah.
Like it might, but that's ridiculous that people bullied you into thinking your face is big.
Well, it's like like when I ate that hot chip, it was maybe the ugliest photo of me of all time, and that's something I want to manifest. Never look like that again.
So
you have no idea what I mean. Have you seen the picture?
I was there that day. I was scared
You were
for your
there,
life.
right?
I'm sorry, Frankie, but that was the funniest.
Let me explain to my
Has
listeners.
anyone
So-
transformed their face more than
So
me?
basically, Frankie ate this like the hottest chip on the planet. It's called, and he was throwing up, crying. You
Almost
rubbed
dead.
your eyes with the spicy fingers.
Yeah.
Like it was. You blew up like 4 sizes your normal like.
Yeah.
Face
Yep.
in a matter of minutes. I was laughing at you, and then I was like, "We might need to get an ambulance."
It was like Will Smith and Hitch when he has to like drink
Yeah,
the Benadryl.
yeah.
Everything was just exploding.
I was genuinely concerned.
No, I was concerned too. My heart rate was like a 202.
You and Tommy both got so fucked up from that.
I think I was allergic to something. But yes, my main New Year's resolution is to never have to deal with that again. Let's just get healthy. Let's like try and get back on track. Because you see, like, you know, my dad has like a heart stent, and like you see, like as you get older,
too.
you want to eliminate that. But you also, I feel invincible when I'm 28.
But your
years
dad
old.
also owns an Italian restaurant.
Yes, so it's hard because we're always
Yeah.
picking at bread and picking at cheese and always having sauce. But like he's always saying, like, you don't want to get to 62 and be like me. Like, you're 28, fix it now. And you're like, well, no, I'm invincible. I can eat whatever the fuck I want. But no, you can't.
Well, because my dad growing up was always really, really thin and loved fast food and would eat it all the time and not really gain weight. So he's like, I don't care, I'm healthy.
Right.
And now, same thing, has a stint, and he's like, oh shit,
So,
like it caught up to me.
I'm really trying to not do that. So, yeah, that's my main one.
Maybe we should talk to the people that buy the snacks.
It's Enrique.
Enrique, and tell him we all
Well, because
need
people riot.
apples.
Well, he got healthy snacks like a couple times, and people riot. People get so mad. They're
Guys,
like,
our
"We don't
snacks
want
here are like
this."
Chips Ahoy. It's food food that I thought was
Oreos.
discontinued years ago.
Gushers,
Gushers,
Chips Ahoy,
yep.
Nerds,
Swedish
rope,
fish.
Swedish fish, yeah.
And sometimes we get like Ghirardelli chocolate. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna eat it.
Let's get
but, like,
little containers of like salmon over brown rice. You know what I mean? Like,
Like, can we get a sushi platter up in here?
Yeah.
a salad.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Station.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like one of
station.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Throw some
buffet.
egg on it.
Yeah, buffet. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. All right, Frankie, thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for having me.
Okay, Jordan, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back to the pod.
Thank you for having me again.
So we're asking people a few questions today, and
Yes.
I have a feeling your answers might be very different than most of the people that I've interviewed because they were all men, and they don't know what they're doing. Do you believe in manifesting?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Wait, we need to show all the boys being like, oh, and then Jordan's like, of course.
Like, I got it tattooed on my body.
Like, oh yeah, and you wear the 111
Yeah,
necklace.
and I have a 111 tattooed on me. I had an anklet too, but it broke, unfortunately.
So what does the 111 represent to you? Because I've been seeing 1111 every day for weeks, 2
Yes.
times a day, angel numbers.
Yes, so angel numbers, they're a set of the same number in threes. 111 means manifesting your dreams into reality. And ever since 2021, around like April, May, I started seeing that number everywhere, and then all of my manifestations started coming true. It was very freaky.
Because I think when you believe in this stuff, it's when you let like the universe, you know how they almost say when there's ghosts, like if you're open to seeing a spirit, you'll see it.
Yes.
Like I feel like when you're open to seeing signs, the world will send you signs when you're looking for them.
Yes, what you put out in the universe is what you attract.
Yes.
I'm a full believer of that.
Now we're speaking my language.
Oh yeah, I could talk about manifestation all day long.
These boys were like, what?
They're like, what's manifestation?
So you are a believer like me.
Yes.
Do you believe in setting resolutions at the start of every year?
Yes, every year I set 5 resolutions.
Why 5?
I don't know. It was just I didn't want to have a list that was too long because then like it
Just feels manageable for you?
Yes.
So are they more like goals, you would say, or are they yearly goals, or are they more so life resolutions? For example, get married and have kids might be, I know you don't want kids, but I'm saying like for whoever might be a life goal, but that to me isn't really like a yearly resolution. That's more of like a long-term thing.
Yeah. I would say I set more. So this year I'm actually changing it, but usually what I do is I just set 5 goals that are just yearly, but it's not necessarily even goals. Like in the past, it's been like love yourself more or put your phone down more. This year I want
should do that one.
to do like 5 goals and then also like 5 like more fun goals. Like,
So 10.
yeah,
So you have them written down, don't you?
I do.
Can we go through them?
Of course we can.
Whichever ones you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah, I think I can share all of them. I just have to.
Some are private sometimes. Like some of mine are at least.
But like I've been doing it since 2019 or 2018. Do you want me just like go
Yeah,
through?
tell me.
Yeah, because I guess if I put on the watching,
Yeah,
none of them
well,
go
this is
through.
what
We look back at
this is what I was just saying to Frankie. I'm like, because I personally believe to say things and then I have to do it.
Yes.
So for example, I want to write a book one day. So I say, I want to write a book.
Yes.
So now I'm like, I have to write a book. Whereas Frankie said he likes to take the passive approach of doesn't want to jinx it. So he's like, what people don't know, they won't expect.
But that means he doesn't believe in himself.
That's what he said. He's lacking
Oh,
confidence. Which is,
freaky.
because I'm like, no, I know I'm going to write a book.
Yes, I love that confidence.
But I just really feel that way.
Yes.
But that's what I think manifesting is. It's believing in it so much. I think I need to believe that with a boyfriend this year. Like I've always been like, oh, I know I'm going to meet someone. I really have always felt that way.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes like with dating, you lose like faith a little bit along the way. Whereas like I think I have to be like, no, like I know my person's looking for me too right now.
Yes, I also think like it's something in your subconscious that's blocking you, and you just have to figure out like what that block is.
Yes.
I also need to figure out if I'm manifesting incorrectly, because you know how like some people are like, I'm so grateful that I will hit 1 million followers this year versus like I will hit 1 million followers. You know what I mean?
So my friend and I were saying, so this year when I did my vision board, which I highly recommend you do.
Yes, you inspired me.
Instead of manifesting love, my friend Jill made a good point. She's like, you have so much love.
Yeah.
From friends, from family, from the T-tribers, whoever, what you're looking for is companionship. So what I put on my vision board this year wasn't like love with a man. It was the attributes I want in someone. So I'm manifesting like the qualities that I want in someone. So I think maybe like if you're manifesting like reaching 1 million followers, it's more of like, what does my community look like? And you feel like you already have it.
Yes.
And like, how am I going to feel when I can connect with 1 million people?
Yes.
Versus like making it a goal.
Yeah. Because I have some, and we can get into this a different time if you ever want to chat about it, but I have some like freaky manifestation stories that have like come true. Or you can like pull Logan Paul and it's just like, Jake Paul, like, I, Jake Paul, will blah, 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 blah. And then he like writes it on his mirror and posts about it.
And then does it come true?
Every manifestation that the Paul brothers have said has come true. Like they're the reason why I manifest.
Because you put it out there. That's why. I truly believe that. All right, let's put some of your goals out there. Tell us some of them.
Okay, so the first one, and like I said, I still have to do 5 more. So these are kind of like a mix. But the first one is I want to reach 1 million followers on TikTok.
Same.
That's like been my goal for so long.
That was my goal last year.
We're both going to hit 1 million. I feel like this will be a big year for all of us.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah. It will be.
This goal is crazy, but I'm going to put it out there. I want to reach 200,000 followers on Instagram, which is a huge goal. But it's
I think if you reach 1 million on TikTok, it will come.
Yeah, and it's doable. I mean, I've seen people do it in a year. The next one is, these are more of not really manifestations, just like goals, but it's make sure to have an opinion more, because I feel like I am very passive, because I came from the corporate world where I was afraid to have an opinion because I was afraid of putting something online I didn't want, because there was more repercussions if it was like a bad comment.
It's funny though, because I feel like you give opinions. Like, I don't think you're a very passive person in a good way.
Yeah, well, I've worked on it. So when I first started Barstool, I remember Pat even told me, he was like, Jordan, you can have an opinion here, because in the corporate world, I was like, I need to be like very unbiased, perfect, because I don't want anything to be taken out of context. Now I'm like, no, I need an opinion. And I'm going to stick with it.
I actually had to work through that too, because I come from the publicist, like media trained world where I first started. I'm like, I don't want to upset anyone. And now I'm just like savage.
Yeah, yes.
You know,
that would be really hard coming from the publicist world, because you have to be like very PC and
perfect.
Unbiased. Yeah. So this one, it's be kind to everyone, but only nice to a few. So something I've really learned is like there's a big difference between being kind and nice. Like kindness, you should always be kind to people, but you don't need to be nice to everyone, because not everyone deserves that niceness. And when I mean nice, I mean like I could be like, hey Alyssa, like I'm gonna open this door for you, but I don't need to go up to someone I don't like and be like, oh yeah, I'll stop everything I'm doing and I'll like go do this for you, type of thing.
Like people that aren't worthy of your, like, almost like kind of people pleasing.
Yes. Exactly.
It's like, don't try to kiss everyone's ass just to make them like you. It's more like be kind because you're supposed to be a kind human and you want to be.
Exactly.
Am I kind of interpreting that correctly?
Yes. And like a big thing I've learned over the years is like, I feel like a lot of people have taken advantage of me and kind of taken my like kindness for weakness, as Lana Del Rey would say. Literally, that's like the biggest lyric that's ever spoken to me. And I just feel like a lot of people take advantage of people in this industry, and I feel like I've been taken advantage of a lot, and I just need to have a stronger backbone and like stick up for myself more. But I never want to be mean. Like, I always want to be kind, but I just don't need to be nice to every single person.
Wow, that's I should adopt that too.
You can. We will.
Because I'm that way.
You are.
There were times this past year where I said something on my podcast that upset someone who I didn't even know. Like someone, let's say, from my past, and I gave no personal information about them, or no one would have any idea who I was talking about. And then they contact me saying they're upset. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, because I'm such an empath that I genuinely don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. That if I feel like I've hurt someone, I'm going to apologize to like the end of the earth, because I don't want to upset people. Like, that's just never my goal. But at some point, I also have to stand my ground and be like, I didn't give any details about your life away. No one, like, I also have to defend what I do too.
Yeah. And I've seen you like go through that. Like, I've seen how much it beats you up, and it sucks, because like when you're empathic, because I'm an empath too, like it like destroys your whole day.
But don't you feel like in the few months that you've known me, I've already gotten better at it?
Yes.
Like, I already feel so much like more desensitized to it.
Like, I don't want to say it out loud just because we're on a podcast, but that one situation where it literally beat you up for like a whole week and you were distraught.
With the person DMing me?
Yeah, with the, I guess I can just say,
what is it?
Your merch.
Oh, that too.
That just tore you apart. And
no, not only that, when the editors from Business Insider kept
Yes. And you were never in the wrong in any of those situations.
Yeah, never. I'm usually not.
Never.
But then I feel
destroyed
bad
you.
because
Yeah.
I'm upsetting people.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
Yes.
But now I feel like I just kind of stand to my truth more, where I'm like, if I know I'm not wrong, like it almost comes with confidence, I think, in being like, I'm not wrong, so I'm not going to apologize.
I have been holding myself back about how much I apologize because I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. I can't just use apology as a filler word. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Women also apologize so much for nothing.
I was just going to
literally.
say, we need to
I find
apologize
myself
less.
like literally, someone bumps into me and I'm like, oh, sorry. I'm like, why did I just say sorry? Like,
Right?
it was their fault.
100%.
I've started to just be so like clear. The other day I got in a tiff with my friends, and I feel like they won't care if I talk about it because I literally said it to their face.
I love when you say a tip. You're very nice.
Because it wasn't even a fight, and like we weren't fighting at all. What happened was we were trying to make a plan, and I made a reservation, and they weren't giving me a yes or no. Like they were like, maybe I'm in the mood, maybe I'm not, and I just straight up said to them because we're close enough where I could be honest. Where I was like, yes or no, give me, like, instead of being like tiptoeing, like I'm just so much more direct. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you coming or are you not? Because otherwise I'm gonna make other plans, and like I need to know, and this isn't fair to me. And then we were able to all like communicate effectively, and some of them were like, oh, sorry, I should have been more clear, or you know what I mean. And we were just able to come to like an understanding because none of us were like kissing each other's asses. We were actually just like communicating.
Yeah. Well, and in the past too, it's probably because like unknowingly, like you've set that expectation, like you're okay with passive responses. Because that's what I've learned in therapy. It's like the people, they keep treating you the exact same way because that's what they're used to. And like if you always stand your ground, like think about the people who always stand their ground, like you're never going to give them a passive response. So it's like,
Yes, there's certain friends, like my one friend, Chelsea, she is like more like, she's more of a backbone than me in a good way.
Yeah.
Like and sometimes I'll tell her a situation that made me upset, and I'll get her perspective, and she'll be like, why are you worried? You did nothing. And hearing it from someone's perspective that like isn't as sensitive as me, I'm like, wow, you're right.
yeah.
Like sometimes you kind of just need those people to balance out, because I can't see clearly. When I'm feeling attacked, I feel emotional and empathetic, and someone else might be like, relax, you psycho. Why are you flipping out over this? You did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
You kind of need those people.
Oh, yeah. You need to recondition people to how they treat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Totally.
a friend who, like, if I get, like, upset over something that I can't control, and she'll always joke around and be like, that's not your problem. Like, we'll always, like, have to look at each other and be like, it's not my problem. Because at the end of the day, like, you can't get upset over things that aren't your problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
If it's
things
another
that are out of your
person's
control.
problem and they're putting it on you, like, that's their problem. Like, that's your problem, you know?
My thing is I internalize. Like,
Yeah.
so like even if I
'Cause I
know
let
you're
it hurt me.
projecting
Yeah.
onto me, I'm still devastated because you're upset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
totally.
I can't separate someone being upset and knowing I'm right.
Yeah.
Because I still feel bad for, like, if someone's upset, even if I think I'm dead wrong or dead right, I'm like, I still validate that you're upset and I
Yeah.
feel your feelings.
Yeah.
So something's making you feel this way, and for that reason I feel bad. So maybe this year I need to get like a little more clear on that too, just like protecting my own emotions
Totally.
from other people's
Yes.
reactions.
That's like something I've learned. It's like half of the time, like I need to reevaluate my actions because I probably wasn't as clear as I should be, or I was passive in a certain way. And I'm like, people can't read my mind.
Yes.
So I need to like remind myself that too. Like no one can read my mind. So
Yeah, I totally
I'm just
agree.
like a whole therapy talk.
I know.
And then my last one is just a financial goal to have like a certain amount saved, which I have not hit.
Honestly, I
any
need to do
year.
that as well. Saving is on my list as well.
Literally, I've never hit my financial goals. I always like set this number, and this year, like
It's really hard in New York.
so hard. And like Minnesota and New York, it's so different cost wise.
Yep.
And it's just this year I just need to start saving because I'm getting to the point in my age where I'm like, you can't really BS the savings
Yeah.
account.
It's the eating out for me, like the restaurants and stuff. It's just, and honestly, it's not even restaurants. It's Uber Eats. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so bad. I'll
Especially at
Uber Eats
lunch.
for dinner. I Uber Eats lunch today. Like,
I have to
the
say,
convenience of it.
I cook at least 2 times a day.
That's good.
Usually.
See, I need to do that. And
I
like, I
actually
have a
love
nice
cooking.
kitchen, and I
Cooking is very therapeutic.
see. I
Very.
feel like
Teach
it's
me
the
your
opposite
ways.
for me. I get
Same.
stressed because like you have the asparagus cooking at the time that you have the chicken cooking, and you're like, oh, I gotta get it
Oh,
at the
see,
same
like-
time coming out. Like if like it
Literally.
I'm kind of
stresses
like
me out.
artistic, and I think that cooking's artistic in a sense. Like you're expressing yourself.
yeah.
Totally.
Because like I'm better with my hands than I am like a standardized test, for example. Like I rather paint and cook and do mechanics
hands-on
even. I'm
learner,
hands on. So for me, it's so therapeutic because I'm like just put on a podcast, like not even TV, and I'm just listening to something and I'm just kind of like not thinking about anything else because you're just thinking about chopping, cooking, this, that, timing. And for me, maybe if you find a few meals that you get really comfortable with, it's really therapeutic.
Yeah.
I was cracking up at your food haul. Guys, Jordan did. She's like, guys, I'm going to show you what I got at the grocery store. She was doing a food haul. First of all, you don't strike me as the kind of girl that like eats Jif because you're very healthy. I thought you would be like an almond butter girl. She has like full Jif. She's like, I love Jif. I love Sour Patch Kids. I was like,
No,
what
Jordan
kind
to me comes off as the girl that can eat like shit and doesn't gain like a pound.
But she was dead serious. Like, I'm going to show you what groceries I bought. And it was like 2-year-old snacks.
My roommate makes fun of me all the time. She's like, you don't eat food, you eat baby snacks. And I'm like, I can't cook.
But like, order the minute brown rice. It's a minute rice. You put it in the microwave for 1 minute. Like,
I don't wanna.
It was like chill. She was like, I'm going to show you what I cook. I'm like, what do you mean, what do you cook? You put a waffle in the toaster. This is ridiculous. If you saw my house last night, I made crispy Brussels sprouts.
Damn.
I've seen your food hauls. They look fantastic.
I ate a kale salad with shriveled almonds. And like, my stuff is gorgeous.
I used to cook a lot in school, in college, and I don't know. I just find that, especially with work, like coming home from work,
I know.
like I'm just dead.
Well, like right now,
and I'm like,
ravenous.
I don't.
Have you
Yeah.
is this lunchtime
No,
for
because
you?
you know what I did? I had a brunch today.
Oh,
I ordered
okay.
an egg wrap to the office, and those make me full.
From where?
Uber Eats free because we get company
Yeah,
benefits.
but where'd you get it from?
This place called Green Blend, and I got a gluten-free wrap with egg, cheese, avocado.
Oh, that sounds
And
really good.
it was like big
Yeah.
enough, too big for breakfast, too small for lunch. So now I'll go home and eat an early dinner.
I brought leftovers and
Well, let me guess. Leftover Eggo waffle with
over a restaurant. Pasta.
Okay, that's better.
And my mom bought me yesterday, so I haven't spent any money today either. And I made breakfast at home.
So we're one step closer to our financial goals.
Yes. And I'll go home. My dinner tonight is 2 Eggo waffles with peanut butter and eggs scrambled and syrup. And then ice cream.
Like, I can't
Okay,
judge
but-
you because at least you're like doing it yourself. Like, I haven't made a meal for myself in maybe like 6 months.
But I couldn't tell if you were showing that food for breakfast or for dinner. I had a suspicion it was dinner. But do you eat breakfast?
Yes. We'll either do oatmeal, like Premier protein shakes, or like a granola bar.
So we're really basics here.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I have an issue with cooking.
All right. Well, we're going to Carbone this week, so
That's like legitimately
Shut
on my
up.
bucket list.
it's worth the hype 100%.
You been?
Yeah. I went with my boyfriend. It was quite lovely. Except I think the wait staff like didn't take us seriously because we were younger. So
they're not going to spend money.
How much
Yeah.
did you spend?
like $250.
It's expensive.
I heard it's
we're going
like
to spend a lot
I
of
heard
money.
it's like $200 to $400 per.
We're not going that wild.
Okay, good.
The
We
spicy
just have to control the girls with the
rigatoni-
drinks. Because, like, I
Yeah,
could have
the
one or
drinks.
two and
Yeah.
be fine. But when
Same.
you go out to dinner with people and they start ordering 4, I'm like,
Hannah.
we're at Carbone.
We
Like,
just got a bottle
Yeah.
of wine.
We gotta
Like,
drink
That's the best
before.
way to do it. Is just split a bottle of wine.
yeah.
Yeah, drink at the office. It's all free alcohol, just sitting there in the.
Yeah, we'll just
in
have to
the
pregame
kitchen.
Carbone.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing's trash.
And they kind of pressure you into getting wine too. They're like, we have a very selective wine list. It's
Oh my
delicious.
God.
You're like, oh god damn it, now I have to get wine. But it was really, really
The
good.
anxiety I had sitting in my room trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Really?
My wardrobe is still very Minnesota. I don't have many like the difference. I don't really have the wardrobe yet.
Oh,
How
we are. Oh, my
dare
boyfriend's
they.
outside the studio.
Who's that,
Wait, who?
Sass?
Oh wait, no. I know. I heard the rumor. Oh, the rumor is that
Sass.
true?
Sass
Yeah.
is like, wait, I want to come on the show.
I just keep saying things and he keeps hearing me from the second hand, but he doesn't. We've still never spoken.
he
and
can't
I'm
talk
not saying this.
anyone.
This is like be like you manifesting that you and Sass will date.
Guys, I don't want that.
The whole office is gonna start manifesting
Guys,
that. And it's gonna
I
come
don't-
true.
No.
You literally are
Pat,
like
me and Jordan.
I want an older man.
Same.
That's what I used to say, and my boyfriend's 1 year younger than
Okay,
me.
but this is 10.
I up my Hinge dating to 36 and
Oh wait, we actually have to go. They're like sitting outside. Okay, I'm gonna go see my boyfriend. We will talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in this week, and Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us, Jordan.
Thanks for having me.